moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Boakai only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President, we have to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I will praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political noise. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Boakai,
by portraying an image like we were against the traditional practices of our country. Let us set this record straight. We are not against these practices, but also there should be policies, there should be priorities set aside by the government to ensure that these traditional practices align with, the globalized, sector, as because the war has advanced. We cannot keep reducing or declining ourselves, subjecting ourselves to something that the war has gone far and beyond. We have to align with the war. So, under Boakai administration, this country image continue to decline on a daily basis. That I can see. This country's image continue to decline on a daily basis because these things that they criticized yesterday, here are we. They have all resurfaced. And here they cannot do anything about it. When you even talk on the side of the truth and based on honesty, you have one minister sitting down at Ministry of Information, dismissing and resorting into insults. So these are the kinds of people we have in our governing system. We no longer have people that will look at the truth or accept the truth from rival or opposition political parties. These people, when they were not in government, they even criticized free school. They criticized free YXC. They criticize every single thing in this country. But today, their mouth are sealed. Their mouth are closed. They have shut up their mouth. They can no longer see the realities. They can no longer acknowledge bad from right. So it means that they just wanted to come, in the society. They just wanted to come to power and continue what they said were not right yesterday, because they claim that they are.
I believe that Gregory Coleman should relinquish the position, but I believe that Gregory Coleman should be arrested. Gregory Coleman should be handcuffed. Gregory Coleman should be investigated and subsequently thrown behind bars for being involved with this drugs issue that is destroying the lives of many people, not just in Liberia, but across the world. Yesterday, the United Party government made you to believe that George Weah was importing kush into the country. I do not only believe that Gregory Coleman should relinquish the position, but I believe that Gregory Coleman should be arrested. Gregory Coleman should be handcuffed. Gregory Coleman should be investigated and subsequently thrown behind bars for being involved with this drugs issue that is destroying the lives of many people, not just in Liberia, but across the world. Yesterday, the United Party government made you to believe that George Weah was importing kush into the country.
everything they campaign against are now no more last in Liberia. So our girls need to, to acquire significant education in this country. Because there's a saying that says when you educate a girl, you educate an entire nation. So what are we doing to safeguard the image of our young women? It's not by some traditional, or practices. Yes, we can blame these things. We are taught from home. We are normally taught to be homekeepers. But we should prioritize education. We should not subject young women to reduce them to something that they do not want to be. If you ask most of these young women, that they are forcing them into things that they don't like, they will clearly tell you that, oh, we don't like what is going on. They are underage children, for heaven's sake. They cannot speak for themselves. So if we cannot lead them on the right path, what are we as people of this country? So this government is useless to its core because they have seen things going on, the bad trend, and they cannot speak about it. All they do is to sit down.
No, Jake, I think it was you that said this thing here on the platform. That I think it was you that said it.
Yes. I said it on Friday.
Yes, on Friday. It was my man that called me today. He was part of that operation. He said, Prince, nobody was so loud to you. In Liberia now, it is Gregory Common that will determine who will be persecuted and who will not be persecuted. You can decide now who you will arrest and who you will not arrest. This particular Queen Johnson, who was wanted by the police under the regime of His Excellency President Dr. George Manabuya when he was almost like at the verge of leaving power. We saw notice wanted by the Liberia National Police, but how you call it for Queen Johnson. Today, where is Queen Johnson? Oh, okay. So you want to tell me that the police authority under President Weah, it was different. Now under Joseph Numa Boakai, it's different now. So Queen Johnson now is passing around free. What happened to that one? What was the investigation that was conducted? So she's free now. She's going around. She's free. She's part of the government. So it is now clear that people who are associated with the government can commit crime and walk away with impunity. So it is now clear that people who are with the government can be able to do anything and they will go scot-free without anybody asking them. Once you are with Unity Party, it means that's a passport for you to commit a crime and nobody will ask you questions. Oh yes, we saw it.
I believe that Gregory Commons will relinquish the position, but I believe that Gregory Commons will be arrested. Gregory Commons will be handcuffed. Gregory Commons will be investigated and subsequently thrown behind bars for being involved with this drugs issue that is destroying the lives of many.
As an American, a higher crew, an American financial expert, he came in the country. While Americans were investigating, Mr. Joe Boakai was attending bring back our money protests. Even though enough efforts were made, enough pressure were exerted on ourselves by the presidency then led by President George Manabuya, that in the quiet mind of Joe Boakai wasn't enough. He went with a whole set of protests at the executive mansion where arms were displayed. Yeke and others have arms. They talk about those arms. Erin Costa, so when you talk about enough, what is enough yet? When you don't know who next, will be seen like a receiver of gifts. They say all laser portrait. So it's difficult to tell which one someone from Bella each. That's what the Igbo men say in the book James Fire written by Professor Atibi, right? So right now it is difficult for us to tell, who is Ekatium in a state of absolute uncertainty, in a narco state like ours, where the Colombian judge leader will make a video and accuse the son of the president. And yet, president is not moved. Nothing is moving whatsoever to launch a probe. A serious president this time around will, extract all of the executive privileges and assets from his son and say, look, go and recuse yourself. That is what a serious president would do. If Boakai had done that, trust me, I would resign from the CDC and started supporting him. That would tell me that he put Liberia first. For Mr. Boakai sitting there, the cherry picking, dismissing sweeper, dismissing driver, dismissing wheelbarrow carrier, and you say, what is enough? Look, Prince Sherry, whether you being hypocritical or not, to even ask that question for me is questionable. To look at what is happening in Liberia, to look at our country, for 2 months, government can't tell anything. Now, do you know that Bola, there's a guy called Bola who Johnny Bola. Do you know that Johnny Bola, who was later on, dismissed and nothing has happened? Do you know that his position, all the intelligence agencies within the Liberia National Police report to him, including Interpol? Do you know that guy was responsible for all of the just cartel members' name in the Interpol? To this point, nobody's name is in the Interpol. That's why all those cartels escaped from the country. We don't know who is involved. And you say it's enough? Prince Sherry, who does that? What is enough here is for Boakai to blind his eyes, to refuse to honor the theory of superior respondent in criminology and in the law. Gregory Kumo has recommended men to be appointed by Boakai. All those he appointed, they are deemed to be criminal. And yet he's standing there. And Boakai wants us to believe that he's not aware. Mr. Boakai has proven his ineptitude to the zenith. He has proven, in fact, Boakai, if we have a serious legislative branch of government, he should be impeached for defacing, our state. Mr. Boakai should be impeached for desecrating the sacredness of the presidency, tear unto a son to him by the Liberian people. If that country was a sound country, the legislature led by the regime speaker will at this point, come back from reset. The state cannot be in a state of turmoil. We cannot be in a narco warfare and then we have our lawmakers say they own recess. That's on a serious country but led by a bunch of unserious cross criminals and looters. And you say that is enough, Prince? What is enough? In fact, what is enough? You say enough. We have not protested yet. We've been given them the space to see how responsible they are, and you talk about enough. Nothing is enough here. Liberian people, the petty man on Kevin Street is being taken to jail just for tramadol, right? Tramadol that is prescribed in the hospital, right? Just for headache medicine. And you talk about cocaine. Look, I hate to hear people calling that drugs. Drugs is generic. Anything can be drugs. Your paracetamol can be drugs. Your chloroquine can be drugs, right? Your ibuprofen can be drugs. What is happening in Liberia? What we are seeing is cocaine, undiluted cocaine, in street value. That's what we see. And people here talking, UPD propaganda. That's why I like my teacher. There's a technical, political difference between propaganda and lie. In a context of political reasoning, propaganda is acceptable. Propaganda is just a channel of adequate communication. Lies comes with the elements of deception, dishonesty, orchestration, manipulation, purposely designed, with acute falsehood. There's difference. So the party, they are not propagandists, they are liars, they are criminals, they are crooks. That is the issue here. So nothing is enough, Prince.
Thank you. Thank you so kindly. So we have one of our panelists is on the line, one of our brother, Elton, the legend, we said he's on the line. So I'm going to bring him on. Let's bring Elton on.
Because these people are not supposed to play community, but we play the game different. Georgia will come to power. Let me tell you, they can't stop it. They can't stop it. I told you that before I close, before my fellow brothers didn't come here. The 2028 election will determine like what 2029. You take it to the bank. I get 5-page dossier. 5-page. I will get it to the president. You think the United Party is going to steal that election again? You think they're going to see that election how they came to power to last? They saw the election because of the help of Prince Johnson. Fast here, a reality. I will say that before I close. Maybe the audio will soon come up. Because they're picking the bag now. 2 audio will happen in the Republic of Liberia before 2029. Samuel Coker get one damaging audio on the Unity Party.
not resign? Has he recused himself getting from back home, sir? Before we can enter our discussion.
Thank you so much, Brother Prince. I think
our own brother, the Crown Monk, generally tell us how is the situation, I mean, in Liberia, in Mosurado County. I mean, you are on the ground and you have your ears, your eyes everywhere. How is the general situation in Liberia? I mean, as far as Mosurado County is concerned, somebody would say that is the pillow, or that is the cradle, or that is the mitochondrium of the entire political discussion that where it emerges from. So how is Liberia, generally speaking? Let's just ask you on that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sheriff. And Mosurado is a very toxic space, to be honest. For the past few days, apart from just the drugs issue, there has been numerous of issues across the county where, if you are on social media, you observed 3 days ago that there was a tussle between marketers in Radio Market and PPCC. That has been a very serious problem where they try to deprive people the right of hustling and selling to where they normally do their businesses to get ends meet for they and their family. And to be very honest, for the past 1 to 2 years, the government has become very unpopular in Mosurado. Everywhere on the walls of Mosurado shows that the government has failed the people, that the government is being run by few people who are just concerned about getting wealth and enriching themselves. So the people are speaking out. When you follow Facebook again, like I said, there has been numerous of opinion polls where people took the microphone to the marketplaces, in Waterside, in Juara Market, across other counties, and people are speaking out for themselves. You can see the bitterness in the people's faces as you walk in the streets of Monrovia and Mosurado. You see that people are angry. You see that the government is very unpopular in the country, in Mosurado. So that's the happening. That's the current situation of the country. It is a tense one. It is a tense one. It is a tense one. And if you are following, you will know that the people are really, really, really angry with this government.
Thank you so kindly for that particular overview. Thank you so very kindly. Honorable Dobayu, I am very sure that you might not be, in Liberia currently, but you have your ears, your eyes, and everything in Liberia. People are reporting on a daily basis. You are also calling people from, around Liberia, just everywhere, because you serve in one of the most serious capacity, in the party, and also you've worked, in government. So you have friends all over. You have friends, you have colleagues, you have people you communicate with. What people agenda? Oh, cocaine here, oh, drugs here, oh, drugs this, oh, drugs that. But today, what has happened? What fight have we seen from drugs? To the extent that the drugs have taken over the executive mansion. Look at what is happening. You can now see, look at what is happening with the EPS director, same day. When that you saw saying they made it's totally involved in the drug business, I got to say it's FDA, man. They got to say FDA, man. The country is polluted, my brother. And the only reason why it's happening is because these people, they were broke. Of the people agenda. Oh, cocaine here, oh, drugs here, oh, drugs this, oh, drugs that. But today, what has happened? What fight have we seen from drugs? To the extent that the drug
around meeting where all the doctors meet to discuss issues pertaining to the hospital, and we do scientific presentations as well. So she will shortly be joining us on this tour.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so I want to take this time to welcome you and your team.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The legislature, I think, paid a visit here a few weeks ago. and it was a joint committee, but they haven't done the formal report yet. But I've been thinking that in the midst of these global changes, Liberian to be advanced when it comes to medical issues, where we rush patients from here to seek medication, especially some minor issue, we rush out of this country. So I thought it was while sitting along with a few of my colleagues that I think we need to do something with JFK to bring it up to a state-of-the-art hospital, and government then to set a legacy every budget year to be able to do something for some segment or some sector so we can transform this country within the next 5 or 6 years. So like one of the things the government have taken key to is the issue of road, which we know that by the end of this year,
So you listening?
hopefully by
I want
this
to play
grace,
this
all
for
the
you to
machine will be
listen
in
to
town
these liars.
and they will
It's a
start that
fact.
project. And I intend that next year budget, we should have something placed in the budget specifically for JFK to change the formation of JFK to a state-of-the-art hospital. They're not going to be like 5, 10,000, close to 15 million to 20 million.
Yeah.
So on the basis that I said,
Yeah.
towards more.
Close to 15 to 20 million for JFK Memorial Hospital. Rachel Kuhn promised the people of Liberia, promised you and myself, that in this particular budget, that 20 to 15 million will be incited. He will ensure that he put it there. You know, I always say to people, right? Sometimes friends call me after the show and they commend me. They say, Prince, thank you very much for what you do. And I tell them, do not thank me. I should be thanking you. And the reason why I'm most of the time, welcome to all. Again, we see this as a privilege. And as always, we are grateful that we are here. We want to appeal to you to do us a favor. And that favor that we require of all of you is to kindly hit for us the share button. Kindly hit for us the share button. Let's have a wonderful, a very wonderful time together, right? Let's have a wonderful time together. So we want to appeal to you to please hit for us the share button. All right, hit for us the share button. Share in all of the groups that you can share in. Share with friends, share with family members, and let's all of as a very wonderful time. It's going to be a very wonderful time. We're going to have very good interaction. You have the right to disagree with us, but all we continue to say here is that please, you don't have to use invectives. This is not the place we, trade insult. No, you can disagree with me. Use as strong grammar as you can use, but here we do not tolerate insult. You can disagree with me. I'm lying, yeah, that's good. That's good. That's your view. But here we do not prioritize insult because there is no lack of ideas when it comes to people agreeing or disagreeing. So we are also here intending to change society. So we cannot be talking about changing society for its better, then we're talking about tolerating insult. No, no, no. We don't do it. Because when we come here, we are not just here to just, or speak on issues of importance, but we are also here to teach the generation. We are here to teach, our people who are listening to us. Because remember, 18 years old are also on here. Once you're 18, you can have your own page and etc. We get 20 years old, 21 years old. So we will not sit and tolerate people using this place as a place to just rain insult. So we want you to be aware. We want you to understand that. And, we'll continue to do these things, not because we don't want to listening to you, but because we must keep the sanctity of this platform. What makes this platform unique from every other platform is for the fact that we continue to give you the facts and we maintain the dignity of this platform. So that we'll continue to do. So again, please, welcome to all of you. Hit for us the share button and let's get started. Let's do this together. Other people will be joining us. Join us. We will be having very wonderful, a very wonderful time. So to all of you, to all of you, to all of you, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome to all of you. We appreciate all of you. Please do us that favor. Hit for us the share button. Hit for us that share button. Let me connect. Let me connect. Let me connect here. Okay. All right. Okay. So hit for us the share button and let's all of us have a wonderful time. But again, let's hear from our brother. Let's hear from our brother. Jake, what's up, Chief? How are you doing?
Yeah, Brother Prince, thank you so much. A beautiful TGIF. Thank God it's Friday.
Sure.
And today, that's it. And salute to the follower once again. As always, followers, you are here to share this video. Say the debate is on always, the debate is on.
Yeah.
They were not allowed them to preach propaganda.
No,
We
not at all.
we check them. So you have to share this video. Sharing is free. Share it to more than 2 to 3 people. Then they too can share it. So we're seeing the numbers. Organic number is growing. So you're sharing the numbers all over the country, outside of the country. So sharing is great. And please salute to all the followers here. Respect.
Thank you, my brother. Let's welcome some of our people that have joined us in a special way. I want to say welcome to Logan Foley. Thank you so much, Logan Foley. We appreciate you. Thank you so very kindly for your presence here. Emmanuel Bro, how are you, sir? I want to welcome you. Thank you so much. It's always a privilege from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Thank you so much for everything you do for this platform. We appreciate it. Thank you so very kindly. We also want to use this time to welcome uh, Pat Told. Pat Told, uh, you are welcome joining us there from the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your presence here. We want to appreciate and welcome Winston. Winston Gray, how are you? I hope you are doing great, well, and fine, Winston. Thank you so much for your presence here. Roosevelt Kroma, how are you, Chief? I hope you are also doing great, well, and fine. We appreciate you. Thank you so very kindly for your presence here. Thank you. We appreciate you. Want to welcome Samuel Sir Sherman. Samuel Sir Sherman, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your presence. It's always a privilege for us to have you here. Thank you so very kindly. Adolphus V. Binder, how are you, Chief? Thank you so much joining us there from 15 Gate Community, Kakatan Highway. You are highly welcome. We want to welcome Blair P. Spencer, how are you? Joining us there from Ganta, Ganta City. Yeah, Ganta. Thank you so much for your presence here. It's always a privilege. We appreciate you. So those of you that are joining us, just tell us where you are joining us from. Let's acknowledge and appreciate you. Roosevelt Kroma, how are you? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your presence here. Okay, Roosevelt Kroma, he said he wants to use the platform to say a good evening to Miss uh, Roscar David of Dupont Road, Monrovia. Roscar David of Dupont Road, Monrovia. Someone here is wishing you well. That is Roosevelt Kroma on this wonderful, I mean, a very wonderful day. So we hope you are doing great, well, and fine. And greetings from our brother Roosevelt Kroma to you. So all of you that are joining us, we want to say welcome to all of you. It's a great time. We've been joined by our brother also, the Crown Monk from Liberia. Uh, Monk, how are you, Chief, if you are in the position now? How are you, sir? Sorry, you are muted. You are muted, sir.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'd like to say a pleasant good evening, good afternoon, good morning to whatever you are following the show from. And I want to extend my heartfelt appreciation to you, Mr. Sheriff, as well for having me on the platform. And good evening there to my brother in studio.
Thank you.
I've been away for like 3 days, but it's good to be back.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's always a privilege for us to have you here, especially joining us from Liberia with the challenges that, you guys have down there, especially with the network and other stuff. You always make it your duty to be on here. We want to say thank you so very kindly. You are bringing a lot of value. In fact, I brought on a lot of value to the platform. Thank you so very kindly. We appreciate you. So we want to start with the very first issue. We have several issues that we're going to be looking at. The most recent issue has to do with what we have gathered from Mr. Gregory Coleman. The fight of drugs continues to persist, and the Liberian people will not back down because we ourselves will not back down. We'll continue to hit the hammer where it's supposed to be hit on this particular nail, whether that on the head or on the side or wherever we hit it there. In the discovery of people who are attached to this whole drug saga, it has taken another dramatic turn. The last time you are on record, in fact, that video is going viral. Facebook sent me a notification that it has reached about 98,000 views. 98,000 views. And let me just bring it here. That identical video, I will bring it so we can show it here for you to see it. Okay, fine. It's right here. I'll save it. You know, sometimes when I see this video, I like to save it. So this video, which I want to play here quickly.
But I believe that Gregory Coleman should be arrested. Gregory Coleman should be handcuffed. Gregory Coleman should be investigated and subsequently thrown behind bars for being involved with this drugs issue that is destroying the lives.
So this video is taking round. I mean, 90,000+ and still counting. It's taking round. Hello? Or are you guys getting me? Okay, Mom, you getting me, Mom? Yeah, then just go off and come back in. I don't know what happened. Yeah, anytime maybe it's either you receive. Yeah, sure. So it's counting, it's making rounds. But my brother Jake, to you, we have just gotten another information, which is very terrible. The LDEA boss was accused by his own people, and that is something that we know, of receiving gifts from the cartel in the presence of a brand new vehicle, money, etc., etc. Where we are now, my brother Jake, there is also an information that the cartel was able to purchase, they say, Starlink for the Liberia National Police. It is an open secret. But this Gregory Coleman man, who is the head of the Liberia National Police, is still seated at the Liberia National Police. But it was alleged that Federo Biago received graduation, whatever, graduation from the cartel, and he was suspended. He was dismissed by Joseph Newman Boakai. But here we have a Gregory Coleman who received Starlink and other stuff from the cartel. The man stayed there. He's moving on. The last time we were told by our brother Monk that they called Gregory Coleman to a meeting. And Gregory said, my man, I'm going nowhere. In our Liberian way, I'm going nowhere. I'm moving. Nobody not moving me for you. Anybody try to forget it, we spill the beans here. Everybody will pour everybody also. With this new development to you, my brother Jake, what is going on? Same crime, same thing. One person gone and the other person is protected by Mr. Boakai. Let's hear from you, sir.
Yeah, how you talking about Starlink? You say, but I just want to ask you first, because the thing above to see is the news you're breaking now that the cartel giving Starlink whatsoever is alleged or he confirmed?
Yeah, it's confirmed. It's confirmed.
He confirmed. Then we listen. Thank God it's confirmed. Prince, me as I told you people on this platform, Can I take the game back to the C Unity Party? Please, I get to discover something. I will see a raw tonight. I did my own farming in Europe. I contact some people. I think you two will confirm it. I see why the hosted George Weah. The Unity Party, under George Weah, while Georgia was ruling that country, they were in bed with the Democrat. I will give you a few examples. You hear about a woman they call Greenfield. She won it down with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. I see why a lot of sanctions came on the government, on the past government. But I will dive into it later. Starlink is owned by Elon Musk, the world's richest man. Starlink. They provide Starlink, he gets Starlink for different regions, vulnerable countries and that, who don't have internet access, all these things then. If he will provide Starlink to not triple on free speech, because they get a lot of people, they let government officials say, oh, government let to cut off the internet for people to not see what's going on in the country. So he provides this kind of thing for people. So CDC, people that are following this platform, we get highest millions of numbers. I want you to open a Twitter account. Every sedition, please. I want you to open a Twitter account. Twitter that free app, free. And the biggest free speech app all around the world. Nobody will ban you. Nobody will flag your content. He bought Twitter for over. He never had Twitter before. As followers, the Twitter will belong to the Democrat side. Chad Dorsey then was the chief of Twitter when Twitter came. They used to silence people free speech all in America. Please, you know what I'm saying? So this billionaire bought Twitter for $50 billion for the $8 to $50 billion with a B to provide free speech around the world because they want for this war to flow. Nobody must silence anybody. That's one of his biggest goals. So I remember you usually see Unity Party say, oh, they get Elon Musk, they'll be showing picture to that AI picture to Joseph Boakai. I want for all followers on this palaver hall. You please do what this favor. Please open your own Twitter account, those in America, especially. You start tweeting. That Mr. Elon Musk, they're using your Starlink. They're using your Starlink subscription or whatsoever, or cartel them using it to wage war on Liberia. He will get the attention of the world's richest man because he's in bed with Donald Trump. They're fighting, they're cracking down on drugs all over Mexico, everywhere. They're cracking down on drugs. So that play the same game the Unity Party can play. Why cartel will be using this main app? They don't flag it on social media. They don't flag it on Twitter. They will get the attention of the whole world. Let LeBron get that eyeball. Let's show the Unity Party the game they play against other people who will still play that game. That's my suggestion here on this platform. You open your own Twitter. Because the main platform cannot be news. On the subscription cannot be news. Now the purpose of that subscription for get drugs cartel then to give money to government officials then. So that my play to sedition on this watch all around the world. Gotta play the same game the Unity Party play. Remember Liberians? All the guards were all in Washington, D.C. Congress talking about the Chris Smith Day, New Jersey, Chris Smith, Allen Ware, all of them, they used to rent pieces upon pieces to support George Weah government. And that today they threw that government. So if cartel involved with Starlink and things then that bro, not that subscription, then the man will stop it. So we need to flag it. I just put in the piece of that. But pretty to the just issue. A long Gregory Como, Liberians, Princey Zianka appointment shouldn't distract us. It's like they replace Biako, they whatsoever put replace all this group and put Zianga then to think Liberian people because people believe Zianga is a professional. So a lot of people will believe Liberian people will say, yeah, new person. It shouldn't distract us. The country already infested with drugs. Already infested with drugs. Our vice president said, nobody to our border. So they cannot distract us. They don't put the pressure on the Unity Party more and more. We'll never start talking about it just here until the president bring the top people, because if the RT share senior top government officials in the executive branch of government, they will not see nobody. We get a main video, we get Greg common video. We can play any part of this war. It's an RG police chief. So alone they didn't bring no top government official prince. I call this thing the vla. Like they just want to play on the Liberian people.
Thank you
no
so
matter
much.
who they arrest, low-level people, but alone they bring top government official. We always be talking about until the president bring one of the top government officials that got involved with the just something.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother Jake. Thank you. Monk, let's hear from you. Gregory Como have alluded to the fact that he has received gift, graduation from the cartel. Biago did the same. According to them, they suspend, they move from the post, they even order further investigation. But this man, who openly said it, he has stayed there. According to him, being part of the investigation. What is your take on this? Let's hear from you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sharif, again for the opportunity. And I want to bring this to your notice, fellow Liberians, following this platform. The guy who is the owner of Prairie Bar, Leroy, the government announced that he was arrested, right? Has Leroy been shown to the public like how others were displayed to the public? We saw them going to court. We saw them in police vehicle. Have any of us on this platform seen Leroy since he got arrested? Okay. This tells you clearly that, like my brother said, this just case for me, I think it's going nowhere. And it is no secret that Gregory Como is the sacred cow in this entire drugs case. And to correct you, my brother Detroit, the guys at DEA was never replaced. They were acting in that position. They weren't appointed. They were acting, and the president has told them that the time of service has ended, and he brought in new batch of people to serve. The reason why they brought people like Zianga, like you said, Zianga is like a father to me. He's a very respectful big brother. We have some personal connections, and every one of us here know how professional he is. We know what role he played in the Wheeler administration. We know how they honor him when Joseph Boakai came to power and everything. But I will say to you, the appointment of the general was to create a picture to the Liberian people that, oh yes, the president is taking actions. The president fired Biako. You cannot fire somebody who was acting. That the first thing we all must get clear here. When you read the communication and the investigation from the Ministry of Justice regarding the 48-hour ultimatum the president gave, the investigation was clear that Biako got no link, according to them, to this drugs issue. But he had some ethical breaches. So you see how the government will always want to put us in the position like we are stupid people. That we will see these things and don't understand it. How on earth are you telling me that an investigation that said Biako breached ethical breaches because quote unquote you receive car from the cartel. But Gregory Cuomo cannot be in a same investigation. He cannot breach the same, he cannot have the same ethical breaches when in fact he received Starlink from this very cartel. Why does this tell you? The last time I was on the platform, I was very clear. I gave a clear insight on why Gregory will not be arrested and why the president is afraid and the government is afraid to even indict Gregory. In no serious country at this point, Gregory will still be the director of police. Liberia has a director of police who acts like he's the information minister of the country. Every one of you here know how Gregory is fast to engage the media and speak out. When you check on Gregory page, on Gregory Facebook and pages today, you will see Gregory writing power voices. What does that tell you? The last time Gregory made any serious statement, I think it was 2 days ago, he said, I know when you working in criminal prison, that means you're not working. In fact, Gregory is the chief rogue and drug dealer in the whole matter. And if the investigator from America that came to this country came to do the work of the Liberian people, they should be telling us about now why Gregory is still serving as the police director. Why haven't Gregory been indicted or forwarded to court like others? Because if it baffles me to even if Gregory had received KNA from the cartel, let's put it in the male Liberian way. If Gregory had received a pepper KNA from the cartel as gift, and another person received 10 billion from the very cartel as gift, the same punishment that is allotted to the 10 billion man should be allotted to Gregory. Because the code of conduct is clear on public officials receiving gifts. On public officials receiving gifts, but we are not surprised because at where we sit, we are privileged to some of the information. And I told you here clearly that why Gregory are not being Gregory will never, trust me, the government fears that if Gregory is being entangled in this drug thing, the government will crumble and the government will go down. This is why they are not even taking anything seriously. To have any serious country around the world, my brother Detroit, you are in Europe. The last time I came on the show, I told you that the UK in 4 years have had almost 5 prime ministers. Now that their tenures were expired, some of them resigned from their position based on allegation. They resigned based on mere allegation about a country like Liberia. You can even have Gregory with just in his car. Gregory will still be the police. There's the same United Party government that a drug was discovered in the president convoy before. So we are not surprised at what's happening with the whole drugs thing and everything. So, Mr. Sherry, that's what I have to say to this whole Gregory. I think it's at a point where Liberians should be made to believe and understand clearly that this drug case is going nowhere. It's going nowhere. They're just trying to confuse people and make it seem like as though we don't understand or we don't have the capacity of understanding some of these things. So this is what I have to say to her. Thank you very much.
Thank you. In my view, before our brother Frank comes in, anyway, let Frank come in. Frank, welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Punch.
Yeah. So this is the issue under discussion.
Yeah.
Gregory Cuomo also received gift from the same cartel, like the investigator at the at the Liberia National Police also received gift $10,000. like other people around here receiving money from the cartel, and they've been involved or implicated. Gregory Como too received, as head of the police, received gift from these people. But this man continued to be protected. He stayed there as Gregory Como, enjoying himself. The man enjoying himself. What is your take on this? Another person did the same or similar. The moving, Joseph Newman Boakai fired him. Gregory Como did the same. The man is there, darling ball, moving around. Let's hear from you. What is your take?
Thank you so much, Honorable Prince. So this is what I want to say, for the Liberian people to understand about this whole drugs issue. Like the previous panelist said, right? He don't believe something going to be done about this whole drugs issue, and that sounds to be true. Why? Let us fall back a little bit and look at the Capitol building burning incident. What happened, right? Up to now, we have not, the Liberian people, I don't want to say we have not, but the Liberian people have not gotten anything, any information about what was the cause, who did it, and why they did it. Nothing of such. But we have innocent people in jail. You see, and this is why 3-year going to 4-year Boakai administration now. Again, there was investigators that we heard or we know about that came from the same U.S. that went to investigate the Capitol building burning incident. Now, with the same government in power, I believe the report was given to them because a reporter cannot leave from here, from the U.S., right? And then go do investigation. And then after their final investigation, and then they themselves come out to publish the investigation without the government consent. They have to seek consent from the government to publish it, or the government will tell them, give all the information, we will publish it. But as we all know, there were investigators that left from here that went to Liberia about the Capitol building burning incident, and they did an investigation. The government investigation was there, and these people investigation also there. Up to now, we have not seen the government coming out with final conclusion. What I want to say here is, folks, Joseph Yuman Boakai is the chief cartel of corruption in Liberia. The chief cartel of corruption is Joseph Yuman Boakai. Why? Let me give you an instant before coming to the drugs issue. And what I also believe nothing will be done, like I just said about the premises of the Capitol building. Now, once upon a time, the same government at that time they were opposition. While Thomas Fala was at the CDC and Thomas Fala was in the government, these same people labeled Thomas Fala as corruption king, as corruption king Kong, as corrupt Tifa. And Joseph Yuman Boakai, while still opposition, sat down on national TV, on national platform, and said his government will be far from corruption. His government will not hire any person that is attached or that the Liberian people know to be corrupt. His government will not hire such person or work with such person, right? And then he said there will be no room for corruption. But then what happened? The moment Joseph Boakai came to power, the first person he talked to his side was Thomas Fala. The same man they accused as being corrupt, the same man they accused as corruption king. But Joseph Yuman Boakai told the Liberian people he will not work with corrupt person. No corrupt person will be in his government. But the moment he came, he took Thomas Fala on his side. That means he hired a corruption king. He hired a corruption king Kong. So that made Joseph Boakai a liar in the first place to the Liberian people. Now, finish laying my premises, right, about this whole thing and then coming to the drugs. I agree. The Liberian people, what the Liberian people want to see, what the Liberian people want to hear, they will not see it and they will not hear it. Okay? Because we have past instances that we wanted to see result and we did not see result. Now, this whole drugs issue, but now I can tell you, but now the case should be closed in the first place. Under no circumstances, Liberian, listen to this, under no circumstances in any country, a police IG, the chief architect for the police, come out to say this whole drugs issue, there are high-profile government officials. There are high-profile government officials. The same man who is leading the investigation about this drugs issue, the same man came out to say in his investigation that he has made, in his inquiry that he has made, his investigation that he has gathered, information that he has gathered, because he's reporting to the Liberian people and to the president of the Republic of Liberia. He said to the Liberian people and to Joseph Imam Boakai, this whole drugs issue, what I have come to find out, my investigation have shown to me credible information that I have in my possession, names that I have in my possession. There are high-profile government officials involved in this whole cocaine or drugs saga. Up to now, the Liberian Senate, the legislature, they have now called the police IG to investigate, to interrogate him, right? To ask him, to question him about who are those high-profile government officials that he have seen or he have gathered in his investigation that are on his list. Number one, they have not done that because the reason why they have not done that, we have a corrupt president in power. Number two, the chief architect of corruption, Joseph Imam Boakai, who is the president of the Republic of Liberia. The police IG told the president, in my investigation that I have with me in my possession, Mr. President, there are high government official profile who are involved in this drugs issue. Up to now, the president of the Republic of Liberia have not yet called or summoned the police IG to ask him to give lists of those high-profile government officials who are involved in this drugs saga issue. The president have not done it. That entails, that tells us, that summarizes holistically that the president of the Republic of Liberia is aware of the drugs issue. He's part of the drugs issue. And that is why the police IG is accusing him because he's part of the high government official, because from the past, a government official has said to the Liberian people that this whole drugs issue from the executive branch, which the president is the head, from the executive branch, right, to the legislature, all right, they are involved in this drugs issue. So if we are to fight drugs, if we are to investigate drugs, it shouldn't start from the layman on the street. It should start from the executive branch, because these are the people who are making it possible for the drugs to come into this country. These are the people who have connection. These are the people who are making calls. These are the people who are giving free the drugs from the port, okay, from the airport and those things. These are the people who are making it possible for the drugs to come into the country. Not the layman on the street who have, how to call it, one small plastic bag and they running beyond. Joseph Imam Boakai, what he did, he fired that person. So, honorable man, and to the Liberian people, like our brother just said, nothing will come from in this whole drugs or cocaine issue. Is that a lie? Are we sitting here making a story? Are we sitting here batching our own president of the Republic of Liberia? Are we sitting here because we don't love Liberia? Are we sitting here because we hate Liberia? Are we talking here because we don't want to be part of Build Liberia, Unite Liberia, this Liberia? That slogan that does not exist, it only exists in mouth, but it does not exist in reality, because the last time we checked, the Build Liberia was destroying Liberia by destroying, demolishing people's home without no investigation. And when they went to him, the statement he gave was, God is not creating new land. Okay,
thank you.
Are we here just talking because we don't want to be part of that Build Liberia? So
thank you so much.
It is true that nothing going to be done. Okay, what the Liberian people want to see, they will not see it just for some of these instances of guidelines that we have just provide to the Liberian people here. So let them be the judge.
Thank you so much. You know, to just conclude on this issue of Gregory Como receiving and all the other rest of it, we said this time with our number This is not strange. Mr. Boakai will do everything to exonerate he and his family. This is a calculated attempt. It's an intentional act. It's very well planned and well calculated. Very well planned and well calculated. Like Mon said the last time, and I want to continue on this route. Joseph Newman Boakai have used Gregory Como to carry on so many acts, transporting drugs from one border point to the other, and etc. Gregory Como knows the secret of secrets, or one would say secret of secrets of Joseph Newman Boakai. Boakai have used him to carry on so many transactions with this cartel. He is aware because as police, they provide security. As executive protection services, they provide security for these people. They are aware. The Gregory Como, the same gay, they are aware. But for the Liberian government to come and tell us that the cartel, and they confess it themselves, Gregory Como himself said it, for these people to start providing Starlink or internet coverage for the Liberian National Police. So this is to tell us, why are we spending the money? Don't these people have budgetary allocation? Are there now budgetary allocation in the budget that every budget year that the Liberian National Police receive budget for maintenance and for other stuff, salary and etc.? So is the government of Liberia now telling us that the security sector, especially the police, is now vulnerable? Is that what they're telling us? But again, it is not surprise. When the head can receive gifts from questionable character, what do you expect from the likes of Gregory Como and other people? The head have already started. In fact, he set up the criteria. So don't be surprised. The last time we saw these things happening right in the in the first lady office, where there was someone who went there and gave her money and she said she gets scholarship. The person lied and said, "Madam, you gave me money, I'll make some kind of scholarship thing happen." And they collected money from innocent students. Up to today, nobody was persecuted for that. Nobody was persecuted in the first lady office. The last time, what did we see? We saw something from Mama Kability. Mama Kaki and say, "Oh yeah, we're getting yellow machine." She dressed in yellow clothes and all, and say her friend this, that, other thing. What came of it? Nothing. The last time we saw Mandela Cooper lied to the Liberian people and said, "Oh, I had a lot of bosses coming from Ghana, and this time, in fact, the president said, where she had a big press conference." So you think we are surprised? Joseph Newman Boakai is aware. The people or the subjects, we followed what their leader is doing. So it's not surprising, fellow Liberians. This just tells us that our security, we are vulnerable. That anybody can walk in our country and do anything. Because if the chief of investigator from the Liberian National Police can be caught red-handed receiving money from cartel, what do you expect? When the chief of patrol of the Liberian National Police, the man responsible for all highway patrol, the man can be the one escorting drugs from one end to the other, what do you expect? So it's just sad. But again, it is what it is. And all of these that are happening, they are intentional. All we need to do is just to continue to speak out. Let's get at least about 30 seconds to close down on this as we enter into the next issue. And the next issue has to do,
let me say something quick.
The next issue has to, I'm coming, Jake, before you come in. The next issue has to do with the war that have been waged by this government against people who are, expressing dissenting opinion, who are voicing out issues. We have a communication here from Jefferson Chelsea. The vice president of Liberia has used one of his boy to issue. They are now using the justice system now to run behind people. But let's give you the 30 seconds, my brother Jake, as you round up. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, let me say something to the followers here. Those that follow the platform on the Palava Hub. Follow us. It shouldn't be only Facebook. Facebook or flag something. I'm ushering you people to open Twitter. You can put video on Twitter. Open your Twitter account. The message will go more. I will tell you the reason why. Pray, let me say something to you. The sedition that following here. the fanatic, those that support the president. I tell you something before. To come to power is not an easy thing. The Unity Party believe, I was saying raw, me and care. They believe the citizens don't get spun, you don't get backbone. So they were flirting, the country setting after months and months. They will put cold water on it and proceed. I will give us some instance. The guy was in Washington, D.C. During the Democrat time, they went to Congress. You saw the videos are there. You've seen in all these people talking about war crime code, all these things. I remember vividly. The former president came from UNGA. He came from the United Nations program, one time UNGA. When he arrived at the RRA, microphone, the videos are there, microphone went to him concerning the war crime code. All the journalists dissented on him, asking, oh, the war crime code, what you say about the war crime code? He made that statement. Because when he went to UNGA, the whole diplomatic community, all these guys were asking, what kind of war crime code? What kind of war crime code? Let me tell people here, the present government are ruling America. I told you 3 things they are fighting for: energy, immigration, and war on drugs. Now, nobody crossing the American border from Mexico, all these people that transact drug Colombia to go to America, they're fighting war. So what I'm trying to say, 16 billion missing money, where the Colonel George we are for Crow got to come, organization got to come, but financial organization come and investigate and debunk that story war all over the world. You're sit down there. You're sitting down in America. 370 million drugs box. We get video upon video, video upon video. Thousands of video. Police director, the drugs thing there. All the video with that horse, where they deport, where they cut all that drugs. CDC sitting down in America, they had a convention for you to be radical and spread that video all to your connection in the country. Now, why the United Party not believe they slide on it? Sanction went on your officials of government. How the sanction king? Because these guys are all in Washington. They had a lobbyists, Chris Smith, Alan Webb, all these people today. They loud George we are about to pay me. This sedition sitting down, we wanted talking social media podcast, radio station. No, I'll tell your people, don't take this game to the Unity Party also. They're not about patriotism. No, they don't love Liberia more than anybody.
Hello, Jake, you getting me? Hello?
Yeah, you getting me?
Yeah. So let's the time is
yeah, let me lay. Or if you want to do that, that'll be 2 minutes.
No,
let me lay. Because if I want to tell Sedition the truth.
Yeah,
then they say I shouldn't talk too much.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll come there. But let's go to our brother Monk as he conclude on this. Let's give him 30 seconds as he conclude on this.
Okay.
How you call Gregory Coleman and Starlink issue. But brother Monk, let's hear from you, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sharif. In 30 seconds, fellow Liberians, the power we have as opposition is in our voice.
Okay.
Is how well we communicate to the broader masses of our people. This is an opportunity that we did not utilize when we're in government. And these are some of the reasons why we are out today. When you look around the country, for 6 years, there are things that President we are did in the country for 6 years. The two-wing party who governed Liberia for 27 years did not do it. The very United Party who governed this country for 12 years did not do it. But we fail on them because we're not able to properly disseminate the information and propagate it to our people. Probably we're overwhelmed with governance or when they say we're complacent or something. Now that we are in opposition, it is now that we have the opportunity to address the issue and make our people to understand, educate them. When the issue of 330 some more drugs bosses is at the top in the country, we should be able to disseminate that to our people so that they understand it very well. So to you, man, came in the waterside market. To you, man, Klubo in Redland, man, Sanke in West Point, and across marketplaces, slums, community in our country. This is the United Party that campaign to you that when they take power, they are going to eradicate drugs. This is the very United Party that is putting Liberia on the map of being one of the vulnerable countries to drugs in the world. This is the very United Party. This is not only frustrating that a police director will have a chief of patrol providing escort for drugs in our country, executing orders from the police director. He's arrested, but the police director is not arrested. This is a Liberia where the very cartel that are gifting people all around the place gifted the police director as well. But the police director cannot be investigated. So, Mr. Sherry, the guys are bunch of they are bunch of tyrannical people. They are despotic. We don't expect much from them. For us, we saw that the Unity Party will feel flat to their stomach, and we are not surprised that they are fielding on the fight against drugs. We are not surprised. When the 100 million drugs bust on the president, we was being destroyed. You clearly see in that pictorial that we had independent observers from all across the world on the scene when that drugs were being burned. Under the Unity Party, when a 330 some plus $1 billion drugs is being destroyed and burned, it is only Geraldine Pia, the information minister, the justice minister, and Gregory Como that are there to bring it. So we are not surprised. It is a good thing for us that they are failing, Mr. Sherry. This is why I will conclude on. And as the Unity Party feel is an opportunity for us in the CDC and the opposition to get back to power. So let's push them to continue failing. And that's why I'd like to conclude on.
Thank you so much. Let's go to our brother Frank. Frank, your 30 seconds as you conclude on this issue while we transition to the next.
Thank you. You know, Mark, let me say that I'm going to backtrack that statement. Let's push them to keep continue failing. No, we are not the one pushing them to fail. We don't want it to fail, right? They are themselves pushing themselves to fail. All we're doing here is we just showing their failure to the Liberian people. We're not pushing them to failure. They themselves pushing themselves to failure. We never told them to bring drugs. We never told the government to be a government of cartel, drugs cartel. No. Okay. In fact, they've been doing it, but unfortunately for them, this came out. But if you check it out, these people have sent out millions of drugs since they came to power. That's what they've been doing. So we are not pushing them. We did not push them for drugs issue. We did not push them to go pay for $10 million home in 4 years. We did not push them to be riding private jet and around here where nothing coming in. Okay? And all of those things. We are not the one pushing them not to do development in the country. We are not the one. Okay? We are not the one pushing them to go and dedicate president. We are project, and then they say that they are project. We're not the one pushing them. But we just bringing out the ills and their lies about what they have told the Liberian people and what they are not doing. But let me say this, in my 30 second or in my 20 second, for to get to the next topic. Liberian, I'm bringing this to you people. Some of the reason why we are at the point we are today, most of you who sat down in the US and told your people not to vote, you are the cause today. We hear saying this. You are the cause to the drugs in the country. Like we say this, yes, We understand Joseph Iman Boakai, invited people or is the drugs cartel president, but equally so you contributed to this because you sat down in America here. You spoke against President George Manneh Weah. You told your people never ever to vote for President George Manneh Weah. If they vote for President George Manneh Weah, you were never ever going to support them. You were not going to send them money. And indeed, yes, you were right? But they in Liberia, they have no means of finances. So you told them not to vote because of your support, your $2 and $3 that you can send to them. And today, it is that $2 or $3 you sent to them that you told them not to vote. And today, we are going through this whole drugs issue because you contributed to it. So it is up to you. Okay, the same way you use your voice or your voices, okay, and told the people not to vote for President George Manneh Weah, it is you not supposed to use your voice, your influence in the US or whatever you are to tell the Liberian people that you made mistake and to bring President, how to call it, Boakai, or I don't want to call him president, you bring Boakai to book and to lie, to tell him, we voted for you, we told our people not to vote for George Weah because all of you people, regardless what, you contributed to the issue Liberia is facing and to the Liberian people who are in Liberia, who took decision in their own hand and said, President George Manneh Weah was not doing well and said they were disenfranchised. Even some of our own CDC people who said they were disenfranchised because they did not get what they should have gotten in the first term of President George Manneh Weah. They said they now got job, they now got promotion whatsoever because everybody can get promotion the same way, even in classroom. If you don't do well, you don't get promotion to the next stage or to the next class. All right? All of you people contributed to this because of your own greed. Because of your own greed. You say you are disenfranchised. You now vote for CDC. You went and voted for the Unity Party because of your own greed. All right? So all of you people contributed to this. And now we are living the aftermath of the decision you guys made. All right? So what I want to say here in conclusion, come next election, you already know the difference, who loved the country and who did not love the country, who love you and who did not love you. Don't allow anyone to come to you to deceive you again. Go and do the right choice and do the right thing and stop telling people, if you vote for this person, I will not support you. You're sitting in America, you're there, you're left them. That the people in Liberia made decision based on their hardship and their circumstances, and that their decision based on who actually they see as the fitting candidate for Liberia, and don't influence nobody to say, I will not send you money. We shouldn't be doing that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, it is very worrisome. And it's like the executive is now using the justice system to intimidate people who are very vocal, who are very critical, who are very, very much unbending in exposing this government. Few days ago, we saw what happened to Fode, the head of the CDC COP. This brother, very vocal, has been in the vanguard of speaking against the ill. While he was at a radio station, the government ordered that police go there, have him arrested. They took him to jail. From there, they took him to court. Today, we are seeing something again. And there's a continual process. And I want to display this. This is from Jefferson Chelsea. And I want to just read what he writes here. So the Unity Party government have charged me with the below listed crimes: criminal coercion, menacing, terroristic threat, criminal attempt to commit murder, and disorderly conduct allegedly perpetrated against one Tony McGibby Denukai, a proxy of VP Jeremiah Kuhn, an individual wholly unknown to me and one whom I have never, in fact, encountered. These baseless accusations are not a pressure of justice. They are a calculated instrument of repression. They are wording not to redress any genuine harms, but to crush dissent, to suffocate legitimate criticism, and to terrorize any voice that dare demand transparency from the Unity Party government. This case will be exposed for what it is: state-sanctioned harassment, clocked in penal code citation. This is a sign of a very weak and failing government. This is a political warning shot, and I refuse to flaunt, and I will not terrorized into submission. I will be at the court on Monday at 10 a.m. This is Jeremiah Kuhn, and this particular individual who is taking Jefferson Chelsea to court. This is the individual. This is the individual. A boy of Jeremiah Kuhn. This is the individual, and that of the, I don't know if I should say girlfriend or wife for Jeremiah Kuhn, because now you can confuse us. But this is the information here. And I want to start this with our brother Jake. My brother Jake, maybe one would say, is this the reason why many people who were in the government who served in previous...
No, Queen, I won't be the first on the case. I won't be last.
Okay. Then we start from Frank. Frank, judging from what you are saying, there are people speaking up. On several occasions, people have been threatened, taken to court. This government have done it to Fode and the rest of the other people. Even Len Eugene Nangwe was once threatened by, how you call, the EPS director. So many people have been threatened. And now we are seeing someone who sits on a platform to demand transparency from government and accountability. And the government, or in other words, the vice president, have used someone, one of his board, to issue a writ against him. What is your take on this? Let's hear from you.
Thank you so much. You see, sometimes these things happen because the wonder of God, right? It is something, it is something beyond human imagination. Sometimes some of these things are happening for the Liberian people to see, or God are revealing some of these things for the Liberian people to see with their own eyes, right? And all right, I was muted. All right, as I was saying, right, some of these things are happening, okay? Sometimes I would say for God to make the Liberian people, or for the Creator to make the Liberian people to understand and see for themselves, to experience, okay, for themselves. Liberian people had the freedom under President George Manuel Weah, okay, to do whatsoever they could do, to speak about their right, to speak about their country, to speak about their frustration, to speak about, to voice out, because not all of them have the opportunity to serve in government or to be at the Capitol building, all right, or to write proposal whatsoever. But some of them sat on Facebook, some of them went on platforms, social media, whatsoever, and they spoke, right? And the president listening, lawmaker listening, under the leadership of President George Manuel Weah, lawmaker listening, and some of those things were addressed, right? Now, at the same time, Liberian people to abuse it. At the same time, Liberian people abuse that right that was given to them. And what I want to say here is, that right that was given to them, that at that time the opposition used it. The opposition used it. In fact, they said it was their right, because we have many of them, right, like DeLon and the likes of other people. They said it was constitutionally binding or right for the Liberian people. In fact, that is what make democracy. That's what they told in the first place. That is what make democracy. All right. If the people come out to express themselves, okay, if the people come out to voice out, if the people come out to question the government, if the people come out to express what is going on in societies and things, okay, their dissatisfaction, all right, they supported it, and they said it was constitutionally rightly given to the people of the Republic of Liberia. Now, they themselves use it. But what I want to say here is, you see, one who live by the sword, right, should live by the sword, right? But this Unity Party, they saw the youths to come to power. They saw the youths to slaughter other people, to unalive other people. They saw the youths to carry on their messages, all right, to convince Liberians. They know that sword, right? they use it wrongfully. So if they allow that soil, all right, to operate, to be effective in this current time, in their government, with their government, and with the corruption, with the ills in society under their government, with the failed leadership under their government, there are a lot of things that will be exposed. So if they allowed Liberian to use the media, how the Liberian people use the media under President George Manawia, if the current government allowed the media to be used, there are a lot of things that will be exposed. All right. So what they are trying to do here is we should understand when they came to power, the first thing they did was they said they were calling, how they call it, a media influencer, all right, to talk to them, to train them. How will a government train content creators? How will a government train content creators? And we said it, Sarah stand here, we have spoken about it, that the reason why they're doing that, or the reason why they did that, was to bribe some of these content creators, all right, to propagate their failed government. And we are seeing that going on. So that means those that did not agree, okay, to be under the influence of this failed government propaganda or propagandists, right? Those people will be dealt with according to how they want to do it. They will silence those people, all right? They will threaten those people, all right? They will put fear in those people so that any other person that is not in line of this corrupt government, you will be in fear to speak out because you do not want to be mistreated. You do not want to be misguided. You do not want to go to prison because not all of them have money to hire a lawyer and so forth and etc. and etc. So some of them, most of them will be afraid to speak against this government of the ill in society. Some of them will be afraid to express their frustration against this government. So that is why this government is witch hunting, is going against people, right? Intimidating people so that people will be afraid. So this is what I want to say to the Liberian people. And that is what's going on. For this government to come out to intimidate people, because that is complete intimidation that I saw with Ford, who went on platform on national radio to express about the drugs issue. And the drugs issue is real. It's something, it's reality. It's not something that he made up. It's not something that he went and took from different country and came and then spoke about it on platform and regarding Liberia and so forth and things. This is a national issue that is concerning Liberian. So he went on radio to speak about it, to question the government, because we know when the current government were in opposition, they said the only thing they could do as an opposition was to put President George Manawia fit to fire, was to criticize him, was to question him. All right, that was the only way they think. And as an opposition, even in power, they could support the government by criticizing the government. So why in this current time, common citizens are coming out to question the Liberian government, but the Liberian government is influencing on their right, on their constitutional right, not to speak out, not to question the government. And
thank you.
In any society that fail for eight people to question her, that government is a government that have failed the Liberian people, or is a government that have failed eight people, and a government that will never do anything towards eight people. And that is exactly Joseph Iman Boakai government.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, my brother Monk, let's hear from you. You are there. You are witnessing it. Some of us will be from a distance through the help of technology, but you are there. You are witnessing it. I mean, what are you looking at? What are you seeing? Like recently, we saw what happened where the police was even training people. There were people that the police was training, and we raised an alarm only on this platform and said that it was unorthodox. The police were trying to use, certain people in the media to be able to silence, critics, so that at the end of the day, these people report what they want to report. We saw the intimidation from what you call a Foden massacre and the rest of the other people, the likes of Len Eugene Nangbe, the likes of Samuel Tuer when they appear, and they were then threatened by people in the system to the extent that even the LBS boss, Eugene Fagon, even threatening how you call Abraham Godson Will. American County Station here. No, you can't speak. The station that is actually for the Liberian people where we disseminate information. But we're seeing what is happening. Now with this happening to Chelsea and many others, let's hear from you, my brother. What is your take on this? Yeah, on me.
You know, this clearly unveiled to you that the Unity Party are not tolerant. They are not tolerant. And it's good that Jefferson Chesney is somebody who has a legal background, and almost all of the charges they place on him are all bearable offenses. But let me catalog for you few instances where this reckless government has attempted to silence free speech. When independent journalists mustered the courage to give the perspective on this particular drug issue, what did Gregory Coleman do to them? He leveled an allegation upon them that they took money from the drug cartel to disseminate and propagate their messages. When the legs of Yaya Vamba Sise, Lord Alpha Gray, the very Ford Massacre, and other brothers at the Monrovia City Hall were being dismissed, do you care to know why they were being dismissed? In their dismissal letter, it was clear that because they are in government and criticizing the government, they have to leave. When young, courageous, and fearless Foley Massacre took the charge and courage to criticize Sekou Dukle for allegedly being involved in this particular drugs issue, what did the Unity Party government do? They dragged Foley to prison. Yesterday, under President Weah, it was okay for a certain senator to threaten the life of the president and said he would throw stones at the president convoy. He was never invited. Yesterday, Joseph Boakai could go to campaign rally and tell the Liberian people it's either he win or we don't have Liberia. What is a terroristic threat? They were never questioned. Yesterday on the George, we are a fatiga could sit on a live platform and wish death upon the seated president of a country. He was never being investigated. And that's why I think President Weah is a blessing to this country. And I'm glad that he allowed Boakai to walk in this massive failure of himself. Because if we are not given this old man the opportunity to lead this country, God forbid, he will have died with the perception that the only man that had a solution for the Liberian people problem, the only man that had 42 years experience in governance, could not have the opportunity to rule the country. But this opportunity that Joseph Boakai is mismanaging is a testament of the kind of person George Weah is. The Unity Party government has not thought they are not tolerant. It's no gossip, it's no secret. Gregory Coleman jailed somebody in this country for criticizing him on Facebook. But sadly, we won't fall to the intimidation tactics. They are wasting their time. They are wasting their time. I think what they need to do now is to build more prison compound, build more police stations to incarcerate more people. Because we will not live in a country where we be quiet in a democratic republic of Liberia and we say we are quiet on these issues. They are wasting their time. It will interest you to know that this very guy who is issuing this lawsuit against Jefferson Thiesing was alleged to have been involved in this drug crisis, yet they have not called him for investigation. Do you care to know why? Because he has a relationship with the vice president of the Republic of Liberia. So he cannot be investigated. The brother is right to be taking people to court. He's right. He's not wrong. If you are being arrested and placed behind bars for crimes you have committed, you won't have the opportunity to take people to court. And in fact, I don't even see him in this rate. What I see in this rate clearly is the Liberian government trying to assassinate free speech. And they have done that on numerous occasions in the field. So we are not surprised. Jefferson Thiesing will accompany Jeff to the court on Monday with his lawyers and supporters of the CDC. And what I can assure you who are following this show tonight is that Jeff will go to the court and walk out as a free man. And Jeff will continue doing what he's doing. He will continue speaking against ills in this government. And he will continue educating our people. They thought that by bringing this rate out today, we have broken Jeff. But no, Jeff was on Spoon FM tonight. Stay fighting. He's still fearless. He's not even here. He don't even have the understanding that there is a rate for him. So if Boakai lets, he can arrest the entire CDC and place us behind bar. It will not help him. But what we want to assure you, fellow citizens in Liberia, is we will not sit in a democratic republic where free speech has been given to us as a right, and we allow an 82-year-old man take it from us. He's making a dangerous mistake. He's treading a dangerous path. So if the legs, as we leave this show tonight, they can bring another rate for some of us. They can take us to prison. When we come back from prison, we'll say, before they went to prison, before they came out, before they is still fighting. So it doesn't change anything, Mr. Sheriff. It doesn't change. It just expose how intolerant this government is. It how very reckless they are. So thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. Yeah, my brother Jake. What do you make of?
Thank you for. I know the reason why I say I want to be loud before you come. Okay, I will come before you come. Let me.
Jake, you are muted. I think you are muted.
No, I'm not muted. You can hear me?
No, yeah, we are getting you. Yeah.
Okay, let me say to the followers here, you all have to share this video. Let me say something to you, Prince. The former president, you might ask him one day, I sat when he had the Jamaican resort. At the time the massacre was going on in Grand Cape, the Liberians, you all listen quickly. There's some people came to him quick. So, oh, his name, he told something, he said, a lot of people were there. He said, so he said, Jake, let me tell you something. There is the Unity Party. He go above that. He say, it's not my party anymore. There's Unity Party. What I'm trying to say is, let me make sedition and understand today. We are ashamed. You're lucky or not. You're at war with the Unity Party. The Unity Party is at war with you people. You're taken to the bank. They are at war with you people. They will do anything to get grace and power to eliminate who they will do it beyond Boakai. They wish him it started early stage. They silencing all sedition in submission. Let me tell you, you'll be there, you'll say you'll be playing total diplomat, and I'll tell you about power. You're watching. This is Africa. It's not Europe here. It's not Europe. It's not other places. It's terrible Africa. To hold grace and power, you can do anything. This is beyond Boakai. Let me say something to you. You can play live with, maybe you get a recording, but you get a statement. What did women pay to Liberian people? He said when Jeremiah could become president in this country, you get a statement. You get a particular statement. When they sack him, when you are ranting, he said if Liberian people get drunk or make mistake to make Jeremiah come president in the country, everybody will leave this country. If the Unity Party are breaking pieces down, if the Unity Party, because of greed, they can expel or suspend Ellen Johnson Sirleaf that rule the country, you're all for ACDC. They are at war with you people. You know who they testing? You know who they test down there chasing? It's a close mate to the president. Chelsea, disregard all I talking on social media. They just keep on the work or whatsoever. You saw it. He close to the president with all these guys. When they can come wish hunting because he work within the government, they silence all the sedition in submission. I will start naming some of them. Your former Commerce Minister, Mawani Dees, they get case against her. Samuel 12, they almost threw the finance minister in jail for no reason. Many, they may come for the massacre. Your party chairman, they took in on the back of a truck. Different people. They silence the Fina Bono. When the people came to power, then the first thing they decided to do, they found that particular thing, recovery asset. They said they will recover asset. That how they were needing, that how they decided to nail the whole city, all the CDC. And told people on this platform that Taka will not no genius star. The Unity Parties are war with you people. If you sit down there, if you'll be playing checker, the people playing chess on you. They are war, they broke your party headquarters down. When no court get in the minute, they run there, they break it down. You put it under the water, you cover it with water, you slide on the water. Let me tell you, people in the vanguard praying, they're preaching, they're doing everything. But the hierarchy of the CDC, the top ballers and players of the CDC, they need to start acting now before it gets too late for you people. You will watch my video there, you will mention my video there, years to come. Nobody prophet here, but we say reality in this Africa. The vision these guys doing, silencing voices. They put all the sedition on silent or submission. If they had that, right, all the critical voices that will eliminate them. When they can catch, you remember we were talking about the class we are foundation. They wanted to have grace on that foundation, trying to bring out to court everything. But when John, we are a little bit staying inside. He said, when you go to my wife now, then the country will be doomed. You don't see them talking about it anymore. The whole recovery acts have been compromised. That all bunch of Unity Party. You saw Gonkwe's statement this yesterday. Gonkwe and I say the so-called economic freedom fighter that want to be like Julius. He's still a member of the Unity Party, parading the corridor of the Republic of Liberia, acting like he the establishing political party. Seriously, let me tell you today, the Unity Parties are at war with you people. Why they're not targeting all opposition leaders there in the country or other parties in the country? But it's like with you people. They are at war with you people. They are going to take their war to them. They are going to take their war back to them. I told you people, these people get a lot of things to lose more than the CDC now. They're in power. This will even be protecting the peace of that country. This will be protecting the peace of that land because the power is inherited in them now. So we transfer power. When they can come to church, you know what they can? I think the people biggest target about George Weah. You know why they can target George Weah now? They went to constitutional lawyer in that country. That you cannot bring former president to justice. In our nothing in the same clause of the Constitution, you must go read it. Nobody that was George never brought Ellen Johnson Sirleaf to court. You must go at a good day, Councilor Good day, all the constitutional lawyer there. The Unity Party, when they asked lawyer, they said, no, you cannot bring a former president to justice. And now when the president commit crime, as someone will commit crime now, yes. But when as a president, under the Bible, under the constitution, no matter what you do, you can't bring to justice. That while they laying back. I will tell you again, the president, I will say it clear in facts. Your letter, you hate me. The president acting vulnerable. You need to buffer a security that the only last man standing to against the unity party. Some of us are here talking. Nothing we get talking for nothing yet. Let me give you one scenario. I will give you the scenario before praise come. The unity party is at war with you people. Seriously, they beyond Boakai. They want to see you people. They get anything to eliminate you people. They broke your party. Let me get one scenario before I close. Donald Trump had 1 hour. Any Liberian go check on YouTube. They call him Chinso Abe. He was a prime minister in Japan. Prime minister, he left power. He wanted to come back. He was one of my favorite prime minister in the world. I used to follow him. They call him Chinso Abe. He put Japan economy on every level. They killed Chinso Abe in the square while he was giving speech. What come for it today? Your buffer Georgia security, seriously, when you coming back to Monrovia whatsoever, Canada and let one be on a security. This is the only last man standing against the unity party. I just have to stop there, but the vision will not stop. And the only way the vision will stop, you're going to play the game outside. I always say you play the game outside. But you're not playing outside, they will feel you're so weak. CDC, you don't get the ball, they not get the guts. You can go ahead, Prince.
Thank you. Thank you. You see, I just want to say on this particular issue, let's not be deceived. This is not, Boakai taking Jefferson Chelsea to court. It is the government of Liberia. It is Joseph Newman Boakai that is taking free speech to court. Now, Joseph Newman Boakai, we shouldn't. That's the government of Liberia, that Joseph Newman Boakai. And we'll continue to remind these people. The free ride you had under President Weah, today, you cannot continent people criticizing you. I'll give an example. Darius DeLong, that man instructed that they will collect rock. In fact, President Weah will not know where gun will come from. They will shoot a convoy. Darius DeLong said it. Darius DeLong, he said it. Honor the government of President Weah. Let's leave Darius DeLong. Maybe somebody will say, oh, Darius DeLong. Francis Sakila Nyimale, he was a representative under the Weah-led administration. When this Brandon Samuka thing happened, the man said, if Brandon Samuka don't take seat, George Weah will be a former president. He said it. And he was asked, he said, by any means, you'll be former president. He said it. Then we can go on and on and on and on and name people. But fellow Liberians, this is just for you to see how intolerant these people are. All of these things is sanctioned by Joseph Newman Boakai. That Boakai playing his game. Because they have seen that the only place now that Liberians have reverted to is talking. Because nobody now in the position, Liberians are tired. We are not in the position now, shouting, running here, there, So the only option that we have now is to talk. So they want to silence the people. They are doing everything to silence the people. So all of this is calculated attempt. Boakai is aware of this. He is told. What do you think is happening all around the place and people just quiet? Why is it that the churches, they quiet? They can't see vision again. They're not able to see vision. And they want to see vision yesterday. They saw vision yesterday. But today they see no vision again. The people that were prophesying, well, today they're prophesying again. But thank God that God is raising a prophet from different land. There is something that was said in the Bible with Christ when he was, I think, coming on his triumphant entry. And I think one of his disciples said, the people then causing no, tell the people to shut up. He said, even if these people keep quiet, the stone will praise me. Even if they keep quiet, the stone will praise me. I'm saying this to mean, Liberians, since our religious council is quiet, they are very quiet. Now God is using somebody from Nigeria now. You see that? God is using someone from Nigeria. Since you people have compromised the truth, you said that because they get some of your bold position, they get some of your position in different areas. Now you sit down and you keep quiet. God will use people from other nations to speak for the people. But Liberians, this is where we find ourselves. Look at a little boy called Randall McLean. That boy was beaten profusely. According to him, he said he was going somewhere. Somebody just said, "Oh, and I didn't want to talk against our man." And he had a podcast where he was speaking. He spoke against some of the things that the Unity Party doing. Why it is true that he's a member of the Unity Party. He supports the Unity Party. But because he spoke, especially on the drugs issue, he had a show. Because he spoke against them, one or two people called them out. He saw him somewhere and said, "Oh, and I begin here." Randall McLean, they beat him, boss his head. They gash his face. And that man was under the Unity Party, under the CDC-led government. They bought even told protest to neck office. He protested all over the place.
Even Lion Jefferson coaching that she wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
And
coaching one to Sonny. But at the end of the day, today, under this government, he was.
No, but Prince, don't be surprised. Listen, Prince, don't be surprised when later on he lied on CDC. You don't be surprised.
Well, that's where we are. So, fellow Liberian, like you've seen, this video will continue to display to you. This is not coming from how you call him Denukai. This is coming from the vice president. Vice president man. So the people got to silence them. Yesterday, these were people who spoke. Nobody disturbed them. Even the own man, Dara DeLong, a man threatening the time we were talking plenty, a man from Nibai Cow on Facebook, is that crying in the house there. He said, "What not there about the man told him, oh, so you going against honor? You want to talk to Nima people, you want to put your mom on there, will delete your break or that they don't want in a play. We got a clip here. You are in a play crying. They were gonna think yes, so we were in a play. I spoke against CDC, nobody threatened me. And my own government, why I bring now? I speaking against the government, the people threatening me, they said they will delete my break up. Since that time, he opened a more again to talk. He opened a more to talk. That's how intolerant these people are. So, fellow Liberians, it is not strange. They will do everything that they can do. They will do all that they can do in order to be able to silence critical voices. But they make a mistake. You will not silence us in this generation, in this age, and in this time. You're making a big mistake. That's why you saw when Gregory took over, you were acting like media friendly. Gregory was trying the situation. Why do you think today the police, they get their own, Facebook page? They get something and all the talking. But that will not even help them. That will not help them. They are fall flat and will continue to hammer them. It is unfortunate, but that is the reality. I want to start from you, Jake, this time around, and I hope this can be our conclusion because
to go on the same topic.
No, this is concerning the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism. I think we all can take the next maybe 3 minutes and just expand on.
One second, quickly.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
I appreciate that you are the poo-poo hole the government told us dedicated by the president today.
Yeah, definitely.
Please don't forget that.
Yeah, in your closing, I think you can talk about that. Yeah, you are very right. You are very right. We have a video. So, my brother Jake, let's hear from you. The Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism have gone on an insulting spree. The last time we were told by the the secretary there at the Ministry of for Presidential Affairs, the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, Kula Fofana. She said President Boakai can dedicate any kind of project, a big project, $1 billion project. You saw the mayor, he go do all that. But my brother, as you conclude, just sum it up.
Yeah, let me. Praise, I told you, followers, I told you from the beginning.
Well, but in fact, you know what, Jake, I want you to stop here. Let's start from our brother Monk. He is in Liberia. Let's start from our brother Monk, because of that, the network can be, acting funny from his end. So, my brother Monk, let's start from you. As you conclude, the insult, from the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism, the dedication now of, government. I don't know, I shouldn't say even government, I think, let's hear from you as you conclude, sir.
Thank you very much. Am I clear enough? Am I clear?
Yeah, very clear, very clear. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, if you observe the information ministry, you realize and notice that the insult against President Weah has reduced. Do you know why that was reduced? Because we told Jerry Pia, Daniel Sano, and the rest of the guys that when you go for President Weah, we'll go for Joseph Boakai in a very robust and disrespectful way. When you go for Clark Weah, we'll go for Katumu Boakai. And we'll not spare any one of them. So that message, they received that message very well, and they have been acting accordingly. But let me speak to the American issue. You see, ingratitude is something that is engulfed with Liberian politics, especially in the Liberian society and with our politics and everything. People get to forget early what others did for them. To see Daniel Sano not just attacking Amara Kone. I don't see that as an attack only on Amara Kone. I see it as an attack on the Muslim community. Where is Imam Adi Krai? Adi Krai was engaged in the press every month under President Weah. Today, there's an attack on the Muslim community, and you can hear Adi Krai only because they place him on one bowl at Freeport. So to be placed on bowl now, Adi Krai and me, you not talk again when we attack Muslim people. The very government, the guys are very irresponsible, and I don't know why this curse will be bestowed upon Liberia. Joseph Boakai is a curse. The Ministry of Information platform that should be used to disseminate information to the Liberian people, that have reduced that platform to a man and cause platform. When you criticize the government, when you give a perspective on issue, they use that platform to cost you and your entire generation. This is the kind of Liberia we have now. The very Daniel Sano who was on Facebook telling Liberians that Joseph Boakai should not win election because state funeral will be very expensive. In his mind, Boakai was too old that Boakai would die. So that Boakai should not win elections. Because when Boakai win elections, the government will spend money on state funeral. That the Daniel Sano here costing people mind for giving a view against Boakai. This is the kind of Liberia we have today. But it's good that they got our message very clearly, and they have reduced the attack and insults on President Weah. So my brother Jake and Frank, let me tell you something very interesting that happened in the country today. For the first time in Liberia history, our president went to dedicate a government toilet today, a government poo government latrine.
But they may go dedicate a project now.
Probably some of you are older than me. So if I say first time, maybe it did not happen in my lifetime, but it happened in your lifetime. First time in the history of Liberia to see a seated president going to court raping for a poo hole. For me, I will not call it government, I'll call it poo hole. They made you believe yesterday from fellow Liberians that building housing units in 3 years was not enough to be president of Liberia. They deceived you yesterday and made you understand and believe that building Liberia's first military hospital was not enough to be president for Liberia. The bandits and looters that are in power today made you to believe yesterday, fellow Liberians, that building a modern state-of-the-art Emory Hospital in Bapolu County was not enough at all to be president. They made you to believe that building the Invisible Sports Park that they cannot maintain today was not at all enough to be president. They made you to believe that building an MPA office, building an FPRC office was not enough to be president. These very bandits and criminals and crooks, headed by Joseph Human Boakai, fellow Liberians, made you to believe that building the Omika market, building the Douala market, and marketplaces across the country was not enough to be president. What are they showing you today that are so genuine, that are so enough to be president? Since President Boakai took over, his first major project was dedicating a police booth. That police booth could not be maintained in 3 months. Today, when you pass around Liberia, you cannot see a single police booth that was dedicated by President Boakai. Today, what is enough to be president is to pay government to the poo-poo. So you see how deceptive these guys are? Do you see the deceptions in the United Party? That a seated president will dress in court suit, get under the ring, and go to dedicate a government authority. The first major project. And the understanding is, oh, when you go in the toilet to go poo-poo, AC will be beating you, fan will be blowing you. Is that a justification? Is that a justification? That a seated president, when the University of Liberia does not have a fitting bathroom, when the University of Liberia has not been painted since 2020 when it was renovated by President Weah, when the University of Liberia Faculty Association are protesting because of the deplorable state of the university, when the University of Liberia has been closed for almost 6 months and they cannot resume classes, a president like Boakai will wake up in the morning, will wear a kisi kengo and goes to dedicate a poo-poo hole. It goes to dedicate a poo-poo hole. For us, we are not surprised from the level of the CDC. We expected nothing much from Boakai. We know Boakai is not developmental. We expected nothing much from him. Oh, nothing much. So we are not surprised. And this is why I say that we want to be grateful to God that President Weah was so tolerant and peaceful enough to have given this old man the opportunity to serve, so that Liberians can see and be the judge for themselves. So that Liberians can see and be the judge for themselves. The time is coming where Liberia and Liberians will rise up to the occasion, where Liberians will stand up to the tyranny and despotism of Joseph Boakai and say, no, this cannot happen. This cannot happen. So we'd like to caution our people, those of you following this platform, do not get tired. Continue doing what you are doing your own way to support the CDC. If you are supporting the CDC through social media, continue doing that. If you are calling on the radio to support the CDC and expose the government lies and deception, continue doing that. One thing we can assure you is that the re-elections of President Weah remains uncompromising. It remains uncompromising. It remains unbending. And January, by the grace of God, 2029, President Weah will be reinstalled and re-inaugurated into power to continue what he started for the Liberian people.
Okay.
To continue building for our kids, modern sports parks, busing units, and other facilities across the country. This is the government role I was dedicated today, Mr. Sharif. It's good that you are putting it up.
More we going to 2 hour mark. Let's close on that. Let friend to come.
With not even a single seam on his face, stood before this place with coat suit and scissors, calling God precious name to dedicate this poo-poo hole. And they decorated this poo-poo hole with his picture. When you go to the government toilet, to use it, you gotta see Boakai picture over your head. So
that friend come into. We're going to 2 hour mark.
I think I'm dreaming.
Sure.
So thank you very much, Mr. Sharif, for the opportunity. We'll be here again tomorrow.
Thank you.
We'll be here again every other time that we have the opportunity to expose this government.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, fellow Liberian, up there is the toilet. I'm just going to, show it to you. I don't know what is, but anyway, yeah, come in, Frank. Let's hear from you as you conclude on the issue of the insult being ring at the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism. To today's bathroom that was dedicated. It carried the whole government there, man. People that spread with dedication being here. But let's hear from you, my brother Jay. Frank.
Thank you so much. This is what happened, right? When you have a delusional patient as president, that's what happened when you have a delusional patient as president. And then in that, anyone or most people who support that delusional man, right? That you as being a supporter, because anything they see as good, what are bad, right? You also suffer from an effect. That is what exactly is happening. Going into 4 years now of Boakai presidency, we are yet to see the development that is spoke of. Like you rightfully said, his press secretary said they were never ever going to delegate any meaning projects. they were going to dedicate massive project infrastructure. So going into 4 years now of Joseph Iman Boakai administration or presidency, they have submitted 2 major projects to the Liberian people. And with other many projects, what are the 2 major projects? The police booth, that was one. And today, the government toilet that our brother called Pupu hold. Now, the other many projects that it did are destroying people's homes. And then one project that it did to allow another nation to come and invade Liberia. And today we have 2 flags on the Liberian soil, the Guinean flag and the Liberian flag. So that means we are on 2 presidency. We are on the Guinean authority and at the same time on the Liberian constitution. So we are identified as Guinean and Liberian because we have 2 constitutions running the Republic of Liberia, because we have 2 flags, the Guinean flag on the Liberian soil and at the same time the Liberian soil. And we have 2 militaries, the Guinean military on the Liberian soil, and we have the Liberian military on the Liberian soil. That is what happens when you have a delusional patient as president. And then anyone who supports such men, you also become delusional. And that is why people don't want to talk about what is happening in Liberia. And it's stopping people from talking about it. These are the things we are fixing, because this man told us that when they become president, or when the presidency of the Republic of Liberia is given to them, they will hit the ground running. So that means the partners that this man was talking about was to come and build government toilet, was to come and build police booth, all right? And then, one of the things that baffled me, folks, from primary or from kindergarten to 12th grade was free tuition. These people came and canceled it, and then come back and then told the Liberian people, you know what, from ABC to kindergarten is free registration. And then people running around with it and say, yeah, this government is doing a great thing. This government has come to rescue the people. This is the kind of government we wanted. And then we have the Ministry of, how they call it, education. They happy, they dancing that this government have done something better. But meanwhile, tuition was free. And at the same time, free WAEC, fees given. And at the same time, money being put on Liberian people, how they call it, Liberian phone, who got their WAEC fees and all of who got their WAEC. And all of those, it was free. But you give and cancel all. And then come back and then say, from 1st grade to kindergarten to 1st grade, and you know, registration is free, and people say Liberia is being rescued. This is the kind of government we want. Like I said, this is what happens when you have a delusional patient as president. And anyone who supports such behavior or such act, you also behave delusional, because that effect of being delusional, right, it also affects you and it follow you, and you think mentally. You have mental, how they call it, issue, because you cannot reason well. And that is what's happening with this government, and that is what's happening with people who support this government. That is what's happening with people who push this government agenda, because there is nothing in this agenda that you can talk about. Because the last time we checked, like Mark was actually laying down the premises. This president, our president, the greatest president ever in the Republic of Liberia, paved road in Lofa County. The same Boakai criticized it, and they said it was not enough. In fact, 2 lanes was not enough. When they get in power, they will create 4 lanes, because according to them, the 2 lanes that was created in Nima County, it was not enough. This is what happened when you have a delusional patient as president. They criticize it. 2 lane was not enough in Lofa County. 2 lane was not enough going to Nima County, right? And then they said, in fact, the road that was being created, paved, the airport road, they said it was not enough. In fact, everything that this man did, okay, no sidewalk and all of those things. Now, 4 years, going to 4 years into this government, they have not created 4 lane. They have not created no sidewalk, okay? Everything that they spoke about or spoke against, they're not doing anything. In fact, what they spoke against, it is what they are dedicating as their achievement. This is what happened when you have a delusional patient as president. And henceforth, the reality here is Joseph Imam Boakai is very delusional, okay? And every day, people hallucinate about his achievement, and people cannot see the achievement because that is complete hallucination. To come and present police booth that after 3 months, the police booth disappeared. To come and dedicate toilet, government toilet. Is that development? Why you came and dissolve free tuition and you call that development? But dedicating government toilet and you call that development. But you never call the Emirates Stadium, how they call it, or hospital development. The road to Lofa County, you said it was not development. The road to Nima County, you said it was not development. The 14 Military Hospital, you said it was not development. The PSP Park, you said that is not development. Invisible Park, you said it was not development. Bain Horses Unit, you said it was not development. And you came and start destroying people's horses and not building, or not replacing those horses that you destroyed.
Thank you, Frank.
Another speaker to come in. But again, Liberian people, this is what happened when you elect a delusional patient.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's go to Jake as he concludes from his end.
Yeah, Frank, before I conclude, I want to ask you 2 quick. I want to ask before I conclude quick. Me and me waste time. Where party Amarakone belong to and Henry Snow? Where party Amarakone belong to and Edwin Snow?
MPP Unity Party. I know of Amarakone to be with the Unity Party.
Let me talk quick on the followers. Yeah, you have to waste time, all the kind of thing. You know what? Let's CDC. You don't cry for the bereaved, but you don't cry for your own. The president have a quotation. He said to sedition, for now on moving forward to 2029, and you're not implementing it. He said, fire for fire. Now means say that the president, but you don't cry for the bereaved. Well, the people that are dead, the people that do your death, that dethrone you people, you're not coming the vanguard of them to be protecting them. I have noticed it a lot. When you can do something, you will be backing, you will be on a side a little bit. These, if they're eating their own, they're not watched on the side, they eat their own. We're discussing. But you see sedition all over the place. Fanatic of George Weah, they all into it. There are people that disturbing. You think that when Samuel Johnson come for 1 minister that were working for George Weah, we come for Samuel Johnson in the war chronics that call it fire for fire. But CDC are nothing to the cry for the bereaved. The people that do your death. Me, I tell a class from different orientation, they be probably that wow. When the death come, when the thing come to sedition, people that we know that serve under the president, yes. Then we will go after the other people then. But you will not cry for the bereaved. I remember vividly when they were going after commies, the ANC never go support coming, they go back that commies, that sedition were coming. I find that thing odd. I don't understand it. When they come for your people, we're discussing situation. But I'm reckoning them a cup of tea. They keep on that data room. They say, oh, they won the election. So other people, the videos are there. Oh, American save Liberia. All that kind of story. But let's ask the question from the beginning when Amaran came to power, when he won his Senate race whatsoever. What was a breakup between he and the Unity Party? None of us know today. What kind of fellow you wrote within the Unity Party? The sound lying. Let me ask all the hard questions, Liberians and followers. Some of us on this platform now, on internet now. When that the same thing spoon play on you, God ever so when the same thing spoon play on CDC people. When Amber was in the good grace of Joseph Boakai, you think Amber will be coming also be talking all these things? We know the political game these people play. However, we remind CDC again. The United Parties are war with you people, you believe it or not. They let us see nothing that blue and red. They let us see nothing concerning the blue. There are two political parties in the Republic of Liberia, just like America, the Democrat and the Republican. They don't see eye to eye. They will do anything possible to eliminate. The Democrat proved it to Donald Trump. They wanted to kill him. You saw you're living in America. The lot of assassination is still going on. No, so politics is nasty. Politics is nasty. Let me close on it. Let me close on the project things here.
No, we must say alleged. They didn't want to kill him. Nobody say alleged. No,
I'm not saying no electoral Democrat. So they want to say alleged Democrat. You support Democrat, so the Republican Party needs someone say alleged.
No evidence.
I'm not saying alleged. Don't tell me I'm going to say alleged. They always assassinate Donald Trump. You must be alleged. What are you talking so? You are Democratic. No, you are Democrat. I'm a Republican. No, don't say I'm going to say alleged. They almost assassinate Donald Trump in Boston, Pennsylvania. We know the story. No alleged. I'm not saying alleged. I'm not saying no alleged. What am I saying alleged for? They attempted to assassinate Donald Trump.
So let's just provide a disclaimer.
Let me conclude. Lead American politics. Let me conclude. You support Democrat, support Republican. That difference.
For the sake of the platform,
nobody can be like the platform here. That free speech platform here. That Facebook.
Go ahead, Jake.
Listen, y'all don't be scary. Nobody will flag here. That Republican ruling the country. Let me say something to you people. That project in it, I know from the beginning, they are broke. The economy is in a free fall. The economy is in a garbage. Not government can play the match one. You will just lie to the Liberian people. The country is broke. I've been announcing it long time. They say they're generating a lot of revenue. They're generating revenue. You now see the United Party taking competition with Georgia in development. Liberian people, you might be fooled. They don't be carried away. Nothing working in the country concerning the Liberian economy. The Liberian economy is crumbling down. Nothing working. Government cannot change it. They get it know-how, no money coming, no purchasing power. Everything in the country is skyrocketing. Building material. Those are in the West today. To go build property in Liberia, you pay highest money. All the building materials too. Everything that we need to build property whatsoever, they're all skyrocketing. I'm not talking about the inflation that engulfs the nation. Our day-to-day activity, the daily things we need. Go in the random market, bag of cement, bag of rice, spaghetti pack, all these commodities there, they go up. A double or triple from George Weah time. You something from $800, $820 on a Boakai, another 1,400. Cement, spaghetti, aqua oil, red oil, bag of coal. And they're telling the daily things Liberian people need: shampoo, soap, tissue, everything skyrocketing in the country. If you want to believe it, you're saying your family in the market, monk in the country already. One day I will tell Monk to go make so can I survey in the market, ask for all these prices. Then compare to George Weah. This is the question I always ask. Are you people better off now than successor for George Weah? Inflation has engulfed the nation. The economy is a pool. No money coming to the country. No investment coming to the country. The United Party is in disarray. They know what to do. Cooking and choke, they're all over the place. The only thing Boakai doing now, he's buying new toilet. Now, the way I said, no new lane, they're buying new toilet because they believe like when people eating for them to go in the toilet. So now that kind of project that you carry the president on to dedicate, because why? They don't have the money. No revenue. That's statistic the revenue authority made. That was vlad. We just plan for the Liberian people. Kafan told you about $1.2 billion budget. Why we're not seeing the 12 of that budget? Nothing happening in the country. So please, the economy is tough. Everything is tough. Heavy inflation. They cannot. It's not easy for them to turn it around because the way they're ruling, everybody is afraid to invest in this country. Everybody afraid. You think the European Union not listening? That woman when they suspended. Let me tell you something. That woman when they say they expel. The one thing getting a report in Europe here already. Already, all the European Union people know that woman, a high-profile woman in the West. You think the people want to go invest in Africa? I'll read the European dailies here every day, different places. Even in Liberia, if you're on your website, go to all the top countries that read our newspaper, all on social media, or you can Google it. You will see what I'm talking about here. Nobody going to invest in the country because they know for 82 years, man is in power, it's not in total control. When Boakai already in control, you think somebody will go take him to that place to go dedicate toilet? No, he's not in control. The force now, in first now, beside that toilet, he went to a car company again, a new car era in that see rehab bell to dedicate again. The videos are there. So Liberia shouldn't be carried away. The country is tough more than before. All the things are naming here. We are in the Western war. We the engine of the Liberian economy. We spend $300 million a year in the Liberian economy to vibe that nation up. So Prince, you can take it away.
Thank you so much. You know, this just speak of how low this president is. He does not have taste for development. He does not value what tangibles are. And that's why, when we sit, we always thank God for His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah, who has changed the entire talk of politics in Liberia. President Weah introduced what we call developmental politics. So that when we said, oh, you're by your talking. Now today we are seeing it. Joseph Newman Boakai don't have space for development. This is somebody who live in a 4x4 house. He was very pleased. He said, I've been living here, but 4x4 house. He been living there as vice president. The president now, he has become with trust money now. You see him breaking people's houses. He's building, how you call millions of dollar projects around the place. Boakai has no value. He has no taste for himself. Look, let me tell you something. There are certain people, the way they present themselves, you will know that they man woman, or they man children, that are top class children. Because you as a husband, you cannot present yourself in a well organized manner. Then your home or your wife, you just leave it down here, not plan nothing they can. If you really want to see fine women, look at the man. I don't care that man ugly, the way that man would dress, that man haircut alone, the way he would keep himself, you know that the other man by a woman by forget he can play around. Because no man that want to present himself out there like a man will keep a woman with rag. It's not possible. I'm saying this to me. You will not have a president like Joseph Newman Boakai. You talk about development. They may got no taste for development, nothing at all. This man is a man who is pleased living in some kind of shanty. They call that one shanty. Even nowadays, my late daughter, small daughter, where 12-year old, the house where she want for us to be, it must get us there, it must get this, it must get AC. She even architect, she sending to me what thing all supposed to be in the house. What kind of thing I'm supposed to put there in your own room? What I'm supposed to put. So what I'm trying to say is that you see the taste of value. It's even in the little children. This time the children said, they don't want you. You tell them, say, my picking, I come buy your phone. The first thing you say, Papa, you come buy our phone or uncle our phone. Now the question they can ask you, our phone, you get a man who doesn't taste, he ain't got no taste for development. That's why you see Liberia continue to retrogress. There was a man who left from here and went all the way in Bapolu, spent Liberian taxpayer money and say he going to dedicate handpon. Handpon, the man go dedicate. That made 1 week, the handpon in Chakla. There was a man who left from Moravia, went all the way Boakai, they go water tower. That thing where they can pour water in. They get how you call continuum plastic. They put it up, the base on a thing, they put it on, they pour water inside. Get a reservoir. The bobo can call it reservoir. They pour that particular thing up, the men go and dedicate it. So that's just like Newman Boakai we're talking about. That they papier we're talking about. But it are just business. Oh no, forget it. You know that one. So Boakai has no value. The man has no value. There's a man that since he took over, I can give you videos. We have videos here. Every year of our independence celebration, President Weah will dedicate something new. Something that have not been around in Liberia. He will dedicate it. But look at Joseph Newman Boakai. Tell me what Joseph Newman Boakai, what kind of new thing that Joseph Newman Boakai not do that we can say that we can name we can name until we take the next 1 hour of what President Weah did new. PHP Park, which they are not taking care of today, the Invisible Park, which they are not taking care of today, the Emerald Hospital that they are not taking care of today, the Grand Jide Hospital. We can go on and on and on. The school in Bon County, the schools around, the how you call it? Just name it, just on and on. We can go. But Joseph Newman Boakai, And that's the reason why you see Boakai don't care about what is happening. The papa care for him to sell his drugs.
The papa
Then
begin new toilet.
bring the package, he's done. So can you imagine? Look, toilet, my people, bathroom, I don't care how you pay it. The name on it, that toilet. Then go take just anymore Boakai picture, go put inside. You see, they're gonna low life. But well, fellow Liberians, we want to use this time to extend our thanks and appreciation to all of you who continue to remain very supportive to what we do. We want to say thank you. We are branding, or somebody would say trying to rebrand the platform. It's not easy. Getting people on from Liberia to be on at this kind of time is very cost intensive on his side. It's very cost intensive, especially at the time that our brother Mongo space. It's very, very cost intensive. It's a lot. I mean, it's a lot. So join us, as we fight towards rebranding. I also want to say thanks to my brother Will Daves, who is actually now carrying on our show on an FM he call app. He is now carrying it. So you can be anywhere and listen to it. You can be in Nepal. You don't need to come on Facebook. You just need to click on the FM app, and you can hear it even while your phone is while you are not on Facebook. You can get it. So I want to say thanks. We are trying it now to see, and it's doing exceptionally well. You reach out to us, and it covers all over. Once internet somewhere, you just click on that link, you will get it. So I want to say thanks to my brother Wills. I also want to say thanks to the folks there on the Metro Media. They are doing exceptionally well. Metro Media also carry all of our platforms, all of our show live. I also want to say thanks to the Maryland Online News, who continue to carry, the program. I also want to say thanks to the Kings FM 88.5 Critical Issues page that is also carrying it live, and I want to say thanks to the True Lens Liberia, who is also carrying it live. There are more people we are in conversation with. They actually want to kind of like broadcast our stuff, but yeah. Some kind of thing they call, we're still working on it. Yeah. My people, Kabagi, yeah.
Mr. Sherry, one second, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so can you please visit the OKFM page and download the recent interview of Sheikh Kuyate?
Sure, definitely.
Yeah, so that
we'll discuss that tomorrow.
Yeah, so that we discuss it tomorrow. You said a lot of things.
So you are in the chat room. You are in the how you call it, the panelist chat room there. Let's make use of the chat room going forward. We'll try to work on something, even if it is one, but we'll work on it. We'll work on it. But thank you so much. Definitely downloading, and we will prepare to speak on it tomorrow. So until we meet again, my people, I want to say thanks to all of you. My brother Jane, thank you so much, Jane, for joining us. Bajibo, we appreciate you. Darlington, thank you so much. Roberts, how are you, Riches? Dixon, thank you so very kindly. I mean, all of you, Elijah Sherman, thank you so very kindly. All of you who joined us that we are not seeing your name. But until we meet again, my people, I want to say have yourself a God bless day and bow from our end. But Frank, let's talk behind the scene. Don't go off, I'll go off, but let's talk behind the scene. I want you to, in fact, they want not behind the scene matter said. We need to have some kind of meeting tomorrow, the DMV chapter. So the CDC USA DMV chapter need to have a meeting tomorrow at about 8 o'clock. So we appreciate, for you to just do some kind of small notice in the place there in the chat room for our tomorrow's meeting. Yeah. But thank you so much, Mr. SG. Thank you for everything. And bow from our end.
Yes, sir.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.